I told you this guy's the big word, nah? And I love it. And I think naye uzolithanda bandla. Akuyo philanthropist, right? Because I believe this is very fitting, right? If you haven't head over to our social media platforms and you didn't see the poster that is up of this amazing interview, well, he's in studio and he's going to introduce himself.
Hi guys, I hope that you're all doing well. I am Goleboga, Kepadisa-Kgajane. I'm a 21-year-old entrepreneur and business person.
Ooh. Ugh, man, I'm just so, I have a lot of feelings that's going on, and just, I can't put the word exactly of how I'm currently feeling. But, and I think we had this chat even yesterday. You were saying, I'm so excited, and this is how I'm feeling today. And I did say this to you that before, like, it's very unlikely, but when you're in studio with the person, it's not different. It's like, okay, I have a bonang coming up in the studio. It's like, because of the work that you are doing, it's so amazing. All right. Now, for anyone that's currently listening, I want you to tell the listeners who haven't heard anything about you, who haven't had anything about the historic event that took place last Sunday, also the event that your company Class in Session hosted. Please share exactly what happened.
Okay, thank you. We hosted an event at Urban Rest Guest House in Goldview. We had 5 bright learners who attended our lessons. Classes in Session offers free tutoring videos on YouTube. Many different learners that watched the videos got distinctions in their majors, and we have top 5 learners who aced all their examinations. So those 5 learners received their awards as well as a 1,000 Rand cash prize for each.
Come on now. Also, I want to find out, what would you say to a learner specifically that's listening now and they're struggling with mathematics or accounting and they feel like maybe they're not good at these? What can I do?
Okay, what I can say to those students is that where there's a will, there's a way.
Sure.
And my company, Classes in Session, offers that way. Not just the way, honestly, but I would say a yellow brick road, because the way in which we teach our subjects, the way in which we introduce topics is way different compared to what is normally taught nowadays. So there's no such thing as a bad student. What you need is a proper introduction whenever you're taught a certain topic. So as soon as you join our lessons, they're free to watch on YouTube. You can email us at any time. You can start joining our lessons and see how we introduce different subjects, whether it's math, whether it's accounting, whether it's business studies, economics, and so on. Just send us an email or check out our YouTube channel and you'll be set.
Do you believe that initiatives like Class in Session can help create a culture where academic excellence is celebrated in the same way that sporting, and entertainment success is?
Absolutely. And I can confidently say that my company is currently paving the way. My company is trailing the blaze, and a few years from now, if not a few months, there will be huge companies who want to jump into the bandwagon, who want to give kids, whether it's cash prizes or more bursaries when they perform well. Because I believe that students, when they get good grades, they should be appreciated, not just an award, they should be given prizes or resources that they need in order to be better students.
With problems that we have in our education system, right? What problem specifically was Class in Session targeting or was trying to address when this was created? Okay,
the one thing that you'll consistently hear, especially when you watch the videos or lessons, is that we believe it's important. The manner in which subjects are introduced is very important. So as soon as you introduce a certain topic and the learner isn't following what's being said, it'll be a bit difficult for them to fully grasp what is going on. So the problem that we want to encounter or to get rid of is learners not having detailed study guides as well as the best way to navigate different subjects. So you can be a teacher, anybody can be a teacher. The difference between a teacher and somebody who's really invested in kids is the way in which you help students navigate a subject. Studying on its own is an art form. You need to know where to start, where to go, and where to end. So that is what you want to accomplish as Classes in Session.
Sure. And as someone that did commercial subjects myself, right? I had my issues here and there. I want to find out what specific problem or why exactly did you decide to focus on commercial subjects? Your accounting, your mathematics, business studies, and economics.
Okay, I will say with specifically accounting, that nowadays there isn't a lot of material on different subjects. You do have study books. There are different study books that are provided by the government. However, they aren't really detailed. When you do different subjects, whether it's in tertiary or I'll say in 12th grade, you have a few study guides that kind of highlight a certain topic and a few subtopics, but they don't really take you through every single subject. So when we had the event on Sunday, I had a discussion with Mr. Makhoba, who is a chartered accountant. He's a very established chartered accountant. I give them a quick lesson. You can watch the video on YouTube. The lesson that I shared with them, I introduced inventory as a topic in accounting. And he was so stunned at how I introduced that topic, the kind of examples that I used. So he explained that back in the days, there were a few study guides that were released actually years before he was in school, and this was way before I was born in 2005. So he told me that hearing somebody who's my age being able to teach something in that manner is something that is not only rare, but it's something that's not even done nowadays by different teachers. So with accounting, business and economics, there isn't a lot of material on it. When you look at your physical sciences, when you look at your science, when you look at CAT as well as other subjects, as well as in tertiary, there's a lot that you can get online. With accounting, there isn't a YouTube channel that's established that teaches basics. If you want to learn the income statement, they give you an exam question. When I teach you the income statement, I teach you basic calculations in accounting, how to do increases, how to do discounts, introduction in VAT, and so on. So we do not have a lot of accounting material, but luckily for classes in session, either Goleboga-Kgajane, I'm working on my own study guide that I have detailed information that many learners from South Africa will be able to use, and everything will be free.
Sure. Yeah, no. Guys, he earned the term philanthropist, man. I mean, this is inspiring. And I think I can say that what is said to you about this being rare is it's true. I know of a lot of tutors, but they're old. These are people that have done engineering in university, and they decided that I want people to be like me. So let me go back to high school and teach people Same with accounting. You get a CASA that is done with their degree and now, or with their journey and with their accounting journey, and they want to go back. Some do it as a way of getting back to the community, but these are people that have already been there, because it's like the faith out of that. I don't want to call it, it's not a dilemma, guys, but they've done that, so they want to extend it. So you doing it at such an early age is beautiful. But for someone that's listening right now, I want you to let them know of your target audience and how learners from grade 6 to 12 can access your educational content.
Okay, I would say my target audience is honestly diverse. I would say grade 3 to 12 learners, it would be great if they knew about the sessions, as my YouTube channel covers a lot of lessons. I also would like for parents to also know about the lessons, to introduce the lessons to learners, so that they know that we truly care about the learners. We're not just focused on them being taught what needs to be learned, but we want them to fully understand and grasp what's going on. So it's learners from grade 3 to 12, parents, as well as different lecturers that could learn a thing or two about how I teach.
Oh man, this is so beautiful. I think we need to take a breather, because there's just a lot that you have in store for us. There's a lot of information that we're receiving, and I hope that to someone that's listening right now, either you're inspired or you're either calling back at home, you're like, I know this person. I just heard someone on NWFM, and I need you to plug my little sisters. Whether it doesn't have to be little sisters. For example, I don't have a little sister. I'm a little sister myself, and I'm in varsity. But you're listening, and you have a community. You have kids that are within that age or in that grade, and they don't have any support. This is what we had. This is where Class in Session was.
We're the top learners of Classes in Session, and we have received 1,000 Rand cash prize for our academic journey.
This is exactly, I think, one of the favorite artists from our guest. This is a specific request, right, from him. And I think this is probably going to get him in the mood. But if you're not tuning in, I'd like him to introduce himself yet again for people that just tuned in.
Goleboga, Kepadisa-Kgajane here, 21-year-old entrepreneur and business person.
And if you just tuned in, worry less, you haven't missed out on a lot, or you did. But there's a lot and there's a mouthful that I, as a host, have gotten from Class in Session. But also, even people that were listening right before that, But because we're not done, there are a few things that you're going to learn from him and understand directly what class in session means, right? I think I also want to touch on how you help students, right? And also seeing that class in session has helped them improve their marks and also achieve distinctions. Oh, guys, also, disclaimer, he said this multiple times that his students get distinctions. And I think that's something to pride yourself with as a tutor or as an educator. I mean, even our lecturers, man, they rub it in our faces, especially when you got a distinction. They even make you stand up on a whole class. I'm doing a Bachelor of Statistics now, and when we get distinctions, you're going to stand in front. He's going to call students that got distinctions, because I feel like, I wouldn't say pride and joy, but exactly that, you know. So I want you to tell me some of the results, right, and success stories that you've seen in class of session.
Okay, absolutely. I would say we started succeeding way before the company even started, because I remember in 2023, I was about 18 then. There's a learner that I tutored in my previous high school, and they got distinctions in economics and business studies. Every learner that does business studies in economics with me gets over 80%. I would say the highest percentage that we've seen is from one of the funded students, Bipelo Mokele. She's in grade 12 at Mabatwai. She got exactly 98% in physics. She got over 82% in mathematics. We also have Unko Kamisela, who also got 80s in mathematics as well as physics. She's in Soplaki, and she's one of the best performing students throughout the whole school. She's always been the top learner since she started with the lessons and way before. So those are the students that really represent the company. There are over 27 distinctions that we've achieved. 27 just counting 5 students, way more considering the ones that were not included, as well as ones that were taught years before.
Exactly. So now I want to find out how parents, teachers, or guidance of these learners and universities, how do they play a role, and how can they play a role in supporting initiatives like class in sessions?
Okay, they could refer the students to our YouTube channel where we post our lessons, because I believe that education should be something that's accessed by every single learner, which is why we prefer hosting them on YouTube, so that it's free to watch for every single learner. So you could tell them to search AL Class is in Session on YouTube. They can also send us an email at alclassesinsession@gmail.com. We'll also refer them to other social media platforms. So they could let their learners know that there's an accounting video or a few math lessons that would really help them, and that could help them achieve distinctions, as many students have done.
Okay. So today, the 20th of August 2026, I want to find out from you, right? Where do you see class in session in the next 5 years?
Okay, I would say our vision isn't only about the company. Our vision is the learners. The learners are our vision. So 5 years from now, I see ourselves creating more tertiary content. Actually, I see ourselves starting with tertiary content as well as funding students in university. So all of that, remember, also a company, right? We do want to serve the students. However, it'll depend on the demand in which students request those videos. And we do know that with their tuitions, they do need a lot of help with it. As being a university student is quite expensive. So we do hope to fund university students as well. We do not only offer tutoring videos, we also fund students. Don't forget the 1,000 cash prize they received. We hope to fund them with more in term 3.
Yeah. Speaking of learners and students, right, that are listening to you, I want you to tell them how they can get involved in class and sessions, and also how they can access your free lessons.
As I've said, they can check out our YouTube channel or send us an email. Our email address is alclassesinsession@gmail.com. We refer them to our YouTube channel, or they can also drop us a WhatsApp. We respond to every single learner at 069-120-7733. 069-120-7733.
Okay. And I think also, I've had you spoke a lot about academic access. We've had the distinctions, and what does academic access to you mean beyond just getting a distinction and good marks?
Academic success.
Sure.
Okay, I would say almost any person can get a distinction in different subjects. It depends on how you use your time. If somebody can study for hours on end studying different subjects, they'll most probably master anything that they're learning. I believe if you practice something, actually I don't believe this is a confirmed study, if you practice something for 10 minutes every single day in 365 days, you will master anything that you want to achieve. So academic success to me means having students that are creative thinkers, kids that can solve different things. If you're an accounting student, you should be able to shine when you're in a business class. If you're an accounting student, you should be able to shine if you're in an economics class. So it is all about creative thinking. The way in which you teach, I always tell students, accounting students, that in accounting we do have a lot of tables, right, that they work with. It's the income statement, the cash budget, or just anything. So those tables can be quite intimidating. So I'd always tell them that sometimes you don't really need calculations. It's all about the theory part. For my learners, they know the internal control part. So I'd always tell them, you don't need to study this. You just look at the table, you compare this year with the previous one. So you basically just need to use your brain. So I tell them, be open-minded. Why? Because I want them to be creative thinkers. So academic success to me means that somebody has gotten smarter and is a better person, not just in terms of the academic record, however, the way in which they think. The way in which you alter your mind could either benefit or destroy you. So I do hope more learners will be open to being bright people besides being bright students.
Exactly that. Before we just round it up and conclude, I just want you to take a minute, right? Talk to your listeners, talk to our listeners, talk to students. What is that one thing you would say to them right now?
The one thing that I would tell them is that they are enough, they are perfect, and they can do anything that they put their mind to. The only thing that you need to master in life is consistency. If you're consistent, you can do anything. If you want to be a nurse, you can be a nurse. If you want to do this, you can do that. If you want to start a business, you can start a business. It's all about how you spend your time. So I want them to know that they're enough, they are beautiful, they're perfect, they just need to be consistent.
Beautiful. Before we close it off, I just want you to tell us, or not tell us, I just want you to specifically give us your handle and numbers. This is for someone that just tuned in now. Or, oh my god, I was coming in late, or someone that didn't hear it properly, from phone number to how they can get hold of class sessions.
Okay, you can send us in a WhatsApp text at 0691207733, 0691207733, or you can text us on Instagram at ALClassIsInSession, or you could also send us an email again at alclassisinsession@gmail.com. And I hope to talk to more of you guys, whether you're a parent, a learner, a student, just anyone who wants to know more about this project.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you so much for taking your time, man, and having this beautiful, insightful conversation with us right here on the Mouthton Drive on NWU 105.5. This has been a mouthful, or this has been so informative, and I hope that anyone that listened, or people that were listening, like I said before, do send this to their communities and to the little sisters, the little brothers that they have, or kids in their community that they know are lacking in specific subjects or places, and they can be helped right by class in sessions, right?